everybody. I'm here with another exam question from 2025 paper. The question is again from structure and bonding. So the question here is for 1 mark and then another MCQ for another mark, and it's asking you about the small covalent molecules, and it's asking about the properties of the small covalent molecules. I'll quickly revise a few things about the small covalent molecules, and very quickly I'll go through these. So here are some examples which you will be covering for the small covalent molecules. So the small covalent molecules have got low melting and boiling point. Whenever there is a question about melting and boiling point, I always say to my students, melting boiling point questions, you should always get, you need to always write about the intermolecular forces. So the intermolecular forces, because it's low melting and boiling point, so weak intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces are the forces between the molecule. Here I'm showing the molecule of water and how the one molecule is attracted to the other molecule. There are 5 molecules of water in my description, and how they are attracted to one another. Intermolecular forces, when they are low, so usually the small covalent molecules, they are usually gases, with an exception of water. Intermolecular forces become stronger as the size of the covalent compound increases. So this you need to keep in mind. Small covalent compounds do not have an overall charge. You can see carbon can form maximum of 4 bonds, and it has formed 4 bonds here. Here we have got chlorine. Chlorine forms 1 bond. It make 1 bond here. Oxygen make 2 bonds. Here it has made 2 bonds here. So you need to make sure that you know about this fact. You need to learn that small covalent compounds do not have an overall charge. Like we have seen in the example of graphite, that carbon was making 3 bonds. So there was an overall charge, but here there is no overall charge. So let's quickly go back to the question. Let's quickly go back to the question. Here it asks, substance that conduct small molecules do not conduct electricity. Give a reason why. I've given you the reason why. Because the covalent bonds, small covalent bonds, do not have an overall charge. You can say there are no delocalized electrons, or there are no ions in the structure. So that's why. So the second question, it is explaining methane consists of small molecule polyethylene. Polyethylene is a polymer. Why does polyethylene have a higher melting point than methane? Tick 1 box. I said whenever melting and boiling point is being asked, the answer is intermolecular forces. So let's look at the examples. Look at the choices which are given. I'm sorry to say examples. Polyethylene has more covalent bonds to break than the methane. No, if we are melting something, we are not breaking covalent bonds. We are just overcoming the intermolecular forces. Second, polyethylene has no intermolecular forces to overcome. No, you can't say polyethylene has got no intermolecular forces. Polyethylene has stronger covalent bonds to break than methane. We can't say that. It's still carbon and hydrogen bonds, or carbon and carbon bonds. Polyethylene has stronger intermolecular forces to overcome than methane. Yes, it has got stronger intermolecular forces. That's why it has got higher melting point. Hope that will be helpful. Thank you.